Hi everyone, Shimin here. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that's becoming more and more important for e-commerce sellers, especially those of us selling on Amazon. How to find high quality manufacturers outside of China. And I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can do that using a powerful research method with ChatGPT. Now, if you've been paying attention to the global trade lately, you know there's been a major shift happening. With the ongoing tariff war between the US and China, a lot of sellers are being forced to rethink their sourcing strategies. The reality is, China has been the manufacturing hub of the world for decades. And for good reason. They've got the infrastructure, the supply chain, and the experience. But these tariffs are no joke. They've added significant costs to importing products from China, and in some cases, they've completely cut into profit margins or made certain products unviable altogether. Now, obviously, the tariff situation is going to come to an end eventually, but how long that takes and what it looks like is still up in the air. In the meantime, a lot of sellers, maybe even you, are actively looking at countries like India, Vietnam, Turkey, Eastern Europe, and even Latin America for alternative manufacturing. And that makes sense. It's always good to have a backup plan and pivot if you have to. But here's the challenge. Finding reliable, high quality suppliers in those countries is hard if you don't already have local contacts or deep sourcing experience. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to do the heavy lifting for you and help you uncover real export ready factories outside of China. So let's get to it. Okay, so before we dive in, let me give you a super quick rundown of what you're looking at here. This is ChatGPT. It's an AI tool created by OpenAI, and you can basically talk to it like a research assistant, and it can help you brainstorm, problem solve, and in this case, do some pretty deep sourcing research. Now, the key to getting good results is something called prompting, and that just means giving ChatGPT clear instructions about what you want it to do. Now, I'm not going to get into the full strategy of how to write great prompts because that's honestly a whole other YouTube video in itself, but just so you know, the more specific you are, the better the results. Now, here's the cool part. You don't even have to write these prompts yourself if you're not sure how. You can literally ask ChatGPT to write the prompt for you. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to ask, write me a prompt I can use to find real manufacturers outside of China for my product using your deep research tool. I sell wooden toys. Okay, so now it's saying here's a prompt you can use. So find real wooden toy manufacturers located outside of China, preferably in the USA, Turkey, or India, who produce high quality, eco friendly wooden toys for private label or wholesale. Now, if you don't care if it's eco friendly or not, you can take that out and you can adjust these prompts, obviously, to customize them based on your own needs. So must be able to handle small to medium production runs and comply with international safety standards. Include company name, website, product examples, certifications, and whether or not they offer OEM and private label services. So now it's saying, would you like me to run this search for you? So I'm going to take that prompt and then I'm going to put it back in here. And then I'm going to click this deep research. And this is going to really give us a deep dive into the actual sourcing needs we're looking for. So I'm going to adjust this whether or not they offer OEM and private label. So I want them to offer private label because as Amazon sellers, a lot of what we do is private label. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to say include manufacturers that do offer private label services. Like I said, you can customize this, right? So now we're going to click enter and we're going to see what it wants. Okay, so here it's going to ask us some more questions so that it can really dive deep for us. So, do you have any preferred types of wood? So, obviously, this is all dependent on you, right? So, let's answer these. No, we don't have any preferred types of wood. 2, do you have a minimum or maximum budget per unit or MOQ? No, preferably smaller MOQs to better fit small businesses. 3, are there any certifications or sustainability practices you prioritize? So obviously, if you're selling toys on Amazon, you know that there's certain certifications, so you would put those in here. So in this case, I'm just going to say no, just to be a lot easier. And once I have this, I'll begin the search. So let's click enter and let's continue from there. So because we click deep research, it's going to take a little bit more time for it to actually dig deep. Usually with regular ChatGPT, it goes a lot quicker. But in this case, we wanted to do deep research for sourcing because it's going to go a lot more in depth for us. So now that it's completed its research, you can see here that it's gone through 41 sources and 138 searches. Imagine you doing that manually. It would take hours, maybe even days for you to filter through these results. And in a matter of minutes, it's given us a whole bunch of stuff to look through. So let's see what it's found us. So below is a curated list of real manufacturers of eco-friendly, high-quality wooden toys outside China that offer private label, OEM, or wholesale. Each entry includes the company name, country, example products, safety and environmental certifications, and private label OEM availability. So it's given us a couple options in Europe, a couple options in North America, in Turkey, and in India. Now, if I didn't know what country was best to source wooden toys, I would just ask. So, what are the best countries to source wooden toys outside of China? Another thing you can also ask is, what are the best countries with the lowest import fees to the US to source from? Give me options. Say, I'll even be more specific. Give me 20 different manufacturers that fit both these guidelines. So now it's giving me two different responses, and we're going to see which one we like best. So, best countries to source wooden toys. So, here you have it. It's given you a list of different countries that are the best ones to source wooden toys, if that's what you're looking for. Or, of course, customize it to your own products. And then from there, you can use the prompts to narrow down which toy manufacturers you actually want to look at. And here it's actually given us, top 20 wooden toy manufacturers also. So, you can see here, bunch in the US, some more in Germany, Denmark, Czech Republic, the UK, Turkey, India. So here you can see I was more specific with my request and it's given me a whole bunch more results. So if ChatGPT is something you want to use for sourcing, you can do that. Another thing you can also do is you can go on Alibaba and you can filter the results specifically to look at different countries that are not in China. So it gives you some options like Vietnam and India and Turkey as well. So you can do that. And you can also go on globalsources.com and you can source and filter through the results there. But personally, I think ChatGPT is the easiest to use, the most accurate, and it's just a lot cleaner and faster to really filter through exactly what you're looking for. And that's it. Using deep research in ChatGPT, you can save yourself hours of research and start building relationships with manufacturers that align with your needs, and possibly, if you have to, start moving your supply chain out of China. Now, obviously, with this whole tariff situation, I don't think it's going to last very long. And I think most people are going to still end up sourcing their things in China. But this is just a good option for you to have in your back pocket in case you need to pivot. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I've been playing around with ChatGPT prompts and product sourcing strategies for a while now. So I've put together a list of some of the best prompts that have actually gotten me some solid results. So if you want a copy, just DM me the word prompt on Instagram, and my handle is @ShiminPurity_official, and I'll send it right over. Also, if you have questions or want me to cover something specific video, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.